we're back. Hopefully, not too much was going on while I was away. Oh, sorry for leaving my mouse off the game screen so the FPS dropped. Apologies about that. It seems to limit the amount of FPS when it doesn't have focus. Alright, how much work did they manage to get done? Oh, diolch yn fawr, Sheilab. Thank you. Right. Now, we were thinking... Oh, well, actually, they're getting all of this work done still. I'm building up these homes as well, so it's quite a lot of work for them to do, to be fair. We've got 20 workers at present. And I am sorely considering expanding out to allow for more military hardware. To that end, I am going to add... This is a kind of a stopgap thing. But at the back here, I'm going to add a couple of crates of military goods. So, this and... Why is that off? Oh, no! Why? Why would you do... Allow that to be filled in. There we go. That puts it back. How did I not notice that before? Oh, wait. No, I probably put that in there and then refused to change it to a noise chat. That sounds like something I would do. Get that one there. This one here. And... you know what? We can just allow a way out at the back here. Yep. That should be more armor and weapons than we're going to know what to do with, frankly. So, it's good enough. I definitely called it out last stream. Fair enough. Okay. How's my research? Asks Temphawk TV. It's doing okay. 1.17. K, that is. We're going to be looking at how to spend that, but I want to get this one done because if I do too many things in between deciding on trying to address a problem, then the problem doesn't get addressed for a little while. We're running a little bit low on wood, I'm noticing, which is a bit of a problem in and of itself. The wood is coming in from the... lumberjacks, but not quite as fast as I would like. Not quite as fast as I would like. Let me add... Oh, there's so much stone up here. Let me add in a little area to harvest some logs. So, fell these trees, please. Ah, yes, the famous Bunny House Workshops, indeed. Now joined by apparently the Ferret Face Research Laboratory. Dondorians are... Their loyalty is rising, their happiness is rising at a reasonable clip. I can look in on them and see exactly what's what, and what's affecting their happiness and what I could do to improve it. But for the time being, I just want to get this set up. And there we go. Right. Auto-employ in here. And this place is purely for storing weapons and armor. Let's get the 2 armors up. Let's get bows up. Shields. And for the... well, let's drop shields by 1. There we go. That'll do. Today will be a day without sun. Our priests are busy trying to understand this. It's undoubtedly a message from the gods. The question is, if it's good or bad. Hello. Got little clips, everyone. The sun has gone to sleep. It's been swallowed by the serpent. Very well. Right. Now then, we've got everything set up down here, which is looking mighty fine. Going to auto-employ here because, frankly, we're not going to need nearly as much going on there as might imagine. Got... what's all that about? Why is that red and this blue? I don't know. I wish I better understood that. I really wish I better understood the way what that was trying to tell me. Let's take the Dondorian and... ooh, 8 Tilapis. Sure, I'll take 8 Tilapis. Right, so our area down here is now complete. Message reads, panic! Yeah, pretty much. Right. We're going to have a look at our research now. The first thing I would like to do... we've got weaving, so I want to be able to take cloth and make clothes. Super important for me. The next thing I would like to do is be able to turn clay into pottery and stone into polished stones. So I'm going to grab both of those. It leaves me 1k to spend. I could grab graves. That would be an easy way of lifting people's spirits. I could apparently... I could pick this up. I could then get the archery range in time. I could just grab roads for the time being, though. As that... I don't know if the dirt floors count as roads for the case of people's satisfaction with roads. Could anyone who knows tell me in chat if that's the case or not? That is, do dirt roads count as a road for the for satisfying our people, or is it only stone? They do count, but very, very small amounts, and they require more maintenance from janitors. Well, that makes sense, because you don't need any resource to maintain a dirt road, whereas you'd need stone for a stone road, but yeah. They will still complain about them being dirt. Okay. Okay. Then I think taking stone roads makes a lot of sense. Further to that, I can start getting spoilage to take down how much we're losing our materials to just wear and tear. Because currently, if I have a look... So, will this show it for me? Some consumption rate. No, that's not what we're looking for. Hunger rate. Show this at all. Physics. Conservation. Here we are. Decrease the spoilage rate of goods. Now, I don't know how much this increases it by, but for example, right now, if bread is stored in a storage crate, 75% of the bread will decay in a year. Meat, same. Rations is 7.5. But pretty much all food is the same, more or less. Fruit lasts a little bit longer. Veg lasts quite a while, but that makes sense. As long as it's stored in a decent enough space, veg can last for ages. Things like stone, 7.5 as well. Gems, 0.08% will decay. Now, when it's talking about like non-perishables, it's not talking about them rotting. It's talking about them just decaying. Like, for example, if metal is stored, we're talking about rust. Rust is getting at it. If it's wood, well, in the case of wood, it's organic, so it is just decay. But just wear and tear, you know, eroding, just heat damage, moisture damage, that sort of thing. So if we were to improve how much we kept, stone does decay, but very slowly. 0.75% of it will decay over time. At that amount, you're probably talking about accidents happening in the warehouse, okay? So petty theft, like someone... It accidentally falls off the shelf into someone's pocket, oh no! Or literally it fell off the shelf and broke. You know, because bricks, not so great when they snap. Which they can do, you know, depending on what they're made of. If it's literally... Like, it depends on what they consider stone. Slate is technically a stone, but that's incredibly brittle. You know, that sort of thing. Like, most things which, as you'd expect, would decay very slightly, do decay very slightly. Like, I know a lot of people get really... it's a hot topic, the whole decay. The idea that things decay like stone decays, but this isn't just specifically talking about... This is kind of like generalizing the term of decay. It becomes unusable because it broke. It got lost. You know, that's what that is. Whereas reducing decay is a generalized thing about just storing things better. You know, it's not like they're able to... it's not like they're vacuum packing the food. They're just keeping better tabs on it. They're pickling some of the food or what have you. I think this is a good investment for 250. I can't see that being a bad investment, personally. That does mean we can't grab archery, but I wasn't really going to go for that anyway. We're also going to grab edible crop optimization, because that's going to affect all of the things that we grow there. Oh, yeah, grain, fruit, and veg are all going to be improved. I could go for the husbandry. Unfortunately, Globdian and Aavak are in different categories, so it's not going to be as useful, but... or I could just invest again there. Alternatively... Now, catapults. Now, in older versions, whenever you'd have a fight, you'd have catapults with you. But I don't believe that's the case any longer. Do I need to research siege weaponry before that shows up? Temphook, yeah, I know. This unlocks the archery range. It shows down there. It says unlocks archery range. To get the bows themselves, you have to go down here, unlock carpentry to get bows. But I would want all three unlocked before I started actually training people in there. But thank you very much for double checking that I knew that. I guess I could pick this up. Start getting metal coming in. You have to build the catapults in the field to fight with them. So when I'm defending, let's say someone raided me and I had to defend, would I have the option of building artillery for that defense? That's a bit of an interesting one. I am going to take an improvement in my soldiering because we're going to be going to war soon. So it makes sense too. And I will need to get bows, but for now we're kind of focused on getting food. If you had catapults, then yes, you could. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Got the game myself thanks to your streams, Aavak, and I am really, really happy with it. I'm so glad to hear that, mate. Oh, look, little lily pads. Right. Okay. So, we've got a couple of things happening. I have unlocked a bunch of production buildings, which are going to be useful to me, but I'm not going to focus on them just yet. That was just more how I was going to spend my research points. The first thing I'm doing, we're going for aquaculture. We've got some fish there. Some fish here, fish here. Ooh, we got a lot of fish in this river. That's glorious. Oh my god, there's so many down there. Alright. Got a couple moving up along here. Now, how far out can I... Oh, really? Is it just purely the shallows there? Ah, deep sadness. I would need to build... Can I build bridges? Chat, can you build bridges across waterways like this? Because we kind of want to if we could, because I believe the clay is down here. Yeah, it is. Right, how do you build bridges? Other than simply replacing the ground. Is it just dragging a road across? Okay. Will this build a bridge instead of just move the dirt? Just terraform it. Because that's one of the things that I disliked, I'm going to be honest. But okay, if that goes through... Shallow water, dirt, deeper water, bridge. Fair enough, fair enough. We've got a lot of fish around here. And a lot of fish across here. There's a lot down there that I think we'd probably want to set up our fishing across here somewhere. So even though I'm going to build across here just because I want to get to that clay, I'm not going to worry over much about this part. So let's start building out my ability to gather fish. And you know what? I'm going to take the corners as well. Makes it a lot easier to decide whether you're going to include corners or not. We'll have a decent amount of fishermen down here, I think. Considering. Now, it used to kind of have a display of how bountiful the fish were in that area. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. I would prefer to get those two rather than this one. I can have both. Well, I will take them. Right, the production is 8. Oh, right. The fish symbol... that's really interesting then. With this version, you cannot actually get rid of deep water, just make it passable. Oh, that's brilliant. I'm so glad about that, because it used to feel really weird, like the amount of changes I could make to the world, and it would just be a case of, oh yeah, I'm just going to build this straight across here, and that was that. You know, I've just removed the ocean, and then transplanted it inside my fields for some weird reason. Oh, no, I know we're going to need... Don't worry, I have played the game at least enough before Silent Ghost to know how I'm going to build the stuff around, but this part is all new to me. Previously, you would get, like, fertility markers on the water, so you would try to aim to get the highest fertility in the area for you, but it's not showing that here, which is interesting. The fish symbol, though, determines the max number of employees. 2 employees per fish symbol. That's really interesting. So, but yeah, though, the water seems to pretty much be largely uniform in fertility. Groundwater. Fish. Yeah, no, it doesn't show anything. Okay. Well, this is fine, then. This is fine. Guess we could have... just an area in here. Build out a nice big storage, because I intend to fish quite actively here. And auxiliaries. Oh wow, already hitting 100%, wow. Okay, it looks like... So, I guess then I'm going to have a lot. Oh, that's so good, I love it. I love the fact they've got fences on this... That seems... I realise this probably seems like such a small thing to care about, but oh my lord, do I care. That is so good. Did I manage to catch an Aavak stream? I've been trying to do this for years. It's somehow never... I've never succeeded until now. Hooray! Hello, Fetus. How are you doing? No, that person is bathing. Kirill is. They were just having a dip in the water to cool off. Alright, well that's fine. Production is going to be 16 fish a day. I guess we're not going to have the massive fishing areas that we used to. I'm mostly okay with that. Now, I want to know where fertility is. I don't want to use up too much of this for just the path. But I do kind of want to bring this up a little bit, make it look a bit more natural. Something like this. Bring that out. And then travel along the back of the highly fertile area. Something like this. Could we maybe branch up? Should be able to, I think. Yep. I want to have farms and pastures in these spots. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, the details there are fantastic. I love the fact that we can build bridges now. Actual bridges. Not a city with the lizards. So far, it works for me, but I might have to rethink my chaotic city structure. What, fishing? But water is now much more general with the fish production. The icons are basically little bonus spots. I thought the fish icons were the amount of population that could work there. That's what chat told me. Did chat lie? Would chat tell me a not truth? Heavens no. Surely not. Perish the thought. Yeah, we haven't got enough shallow water to really be big with fishing. I guess we have a bridge over here and have a nice big fishing area down there, perhaps. They've got a little boat. They got a little boat for fishing. This is amazing. Yeah, okay. It's not going to do a lot, but, you know, 16 a day is still 16 a day. Right. I may have... No, I don't think we'll have another fishing spot over there. We want to focus the fishing areas to the wider parts of the shallow, so that we get the most fish out of it. As for farms, we're going to start off with a nice big chunky grain farm, I think. And this one we're going to use as much of this high fertile ground as we can. We want a lot of grain coming in. Grain is so much more efficient than other foodstuffs. It's bonkers how much more efficient it is. However, I'm going to try to make the area look more interesting. Oh, really? I don't know. I can actually. I thought for a second that it just wouldn't let me path over the water, and I was actually excited about that because it means I'm not going to have to be as finicky about how I'm laying down the farms. But I want the farms to look more organic. I want nature to be very visible along the banks of this river. We'll have very high fertility here, so good grain production, which we can then turn into bread. Almost everyone, as far as I'm aware, likes bread. Could be wrong, though. The fertility starts to drop off a little bit around here, but... Am I going to irrigate? Well, I mean, it's right next to the water. I shouldn't imagine I need to irrigate to... I mean, I guess I could. But I've not played around with the water mechanics in the new version, so I'm not sure what's involved in that, frankly. Right now, I'm happy enough to just have this be a productive field because it's in a naturally high fertility area. Up to 10 farmers there. You know what? We may as well make you... If it'll allow me to draw the farm all the way over to the road we've got there, Oh, no, it won't. Sadness. I was going to say that'll work for me, but apparently no. Hopes and dreams dashed. Try and take this up to 12 people working here. Go. Let's bring this side out a bit more. Getting close now. It's dropping the fertility a little bit. As long as it doesn't drop it any more than this, I'm fine. There we go. 45.54 a day. Warning ahead of time, without pumps and water systems, you can't build a bathhouse. That's not true, Temphawk TV. You can build a bathhouse, and it will work. It just won't work as well. In the same way that you can have a bathhouse without coal. It'll still work, it's just, it's cold baths. It doesn't work as well. Do try not to present information as fact unless you know it's to be fact. Because if you're super confidently telling me something that's not true, I will mock you for it. Mercilessly. It would allow me to build in an area without water. It allowed me on my other save. I can load it up if you want, just to prove it, but in the middle of a desert. So, I don't know what that says about you. Skill issue, probably. I have done some waterworks and the pumps emit noise and only reach 64 tiles of canals, but if multiple pumps are pumping, it extends its range by adding pressure. Yeah. But yeah, they happily set up the baths, filled it with water. It did give me a warning saying it was less effective because it didn't have sweet water available. Yeah, fresh water. You know, because I imagine it wouldn't be that fun to have a bath in salt water. Maybe it would. If you find such things fun, you do you. Ooh. We'll just have this connect up over there. I could even put a little well down here. It's not really as necessary, I feel, for this area, though. Maybe it is. Teeny tiny well. Just for my hard-working farmers. Teeny tiny. Right about here. Maybe there. Maybe here. Put it right about here. No, we'll put it there. Now I can actually see it. I'll smarten up this area a little bit more. You do know that people do bath in ocean water, yes? Yes, I do. And then their hair really suffers from the salt, Como. People do it in the same way that some people eat raw goat entrails, but not everyone does. Generally speaking, if you have the option not to, most people would select the not option, the cook the goat entrails first part. Not everyone. I mean, you know, lutefisk exists because of a reason. But as a general rule, do lizards enjoy bread too? That's actually a good question. Let me have a quick look. We bring up this. Food preference. No, they don't have food preference for bread. Nor do the Argonosh. The Cantors don't. The Kratorians do. The Dondorians do. The Cathemi don't. The humans do, and the Tilapis don't, actually. So, you know what, bread? I mean, it's not a preferred choice if they have options. Yeah, I mean, you know, seawater is, well, fresh water is generally, has less particulate in it than seawater does, and again, less salt. Less minerals in it. Though I imagine, you know, from an exfoliation point of view, seawater is probably quite good for you. I mean, I don't think if you bathe in seawater. Wow, this turned into so much more of a conversation than it needed to be. Let's walk things back a little bit. Generally speaking, in baths, you wouldn't use seawater because it would fuck up the pipes, if nothing else. Okay? Salt water plus piping equals wrecked piping very, very soon. Much sooner, at least, than fresh water. So we'll go with that. Doesn't that make chat a little bit happier? My lord. Argumentative today. Having a seawater bath makes you feel crusty. I mean, I usually, when I've been at the beach, I shower after the beach for a reason. Now, part of that is sand, but even if what I mostly did there was swimming in the ocean, I would still shower after it. Nothing like having water with a grit rating. I know, right? Right, okay, so all of this is set up, doing its stuff. We've got a good number of peeps living down here now. We do have room for more, though. We actually have a lot of room for more. So that's very, very nice. I would like to... Ooh, actually, one thing I should do is I should make roads through here. Make sure that that's all properly paved over. We're going to need a lot more people down here. 12 there. We've got 8 down here. I could just copy this building down. And there's no real reason not to, so... Sure. Actually, let me first flesh out the roads on this side. There should be a little bit more of a road there. Oh, on the topic of diagonals. You can absolutely do this to make them even more round looking. And in this area, I guess, it makes sense for us to. Maybe not there, though. Kind of like the tree sitting against that. It has absolutely no effect in the game, from what I understand. All this does is purely visual for you, and it doesn't even affect I was trying to look for the word that analogous to Sims, but it doesn't change the peep's perception of whether a structure is round or not. If I smoothed out the corners over here, this would still be seen as a box. I believe it works on inner corners as well. I can definitely check. Oh no, it doesn't. No, no inner corner roundness. So sorry. Oh, it does on those little corners there, though. So I guess we can do that too. Sure. That's it now, chat. You've lost me. This is my life now. Yeah. Right, let's wait for these little bits to be done. I could do with some more tilapis. Sure. Some more hands to help. How are we doing for our weapons? Not that great, actually. Despite having a lot of people in there to work. I could improve my carpentry. Perhaps. Or, at this point, I could pick up archery to build the archery range. However, I need the bowyer first. Picking up the metal smelter would allow me to buy ore and coal. If I pick up the charcoaler, then I can make my own coal, even if I can't gather it. I think that is a little... that is definitely still a worthwhile thing for me to do. I still need to build a lot of the stuff that we've got here. I haven't actually used any of it yet. I can also build a graveyard, a burial area. You know what? I'm going to go with that one because people will care about that quite a lot, and it's an easy way to gain happiness, to stop having to use mass graves. That we have had to use, by the way. Let's make a tasteful graveyard about here, shall we? I'm going to make it such that we have some fencing around it. How wide is this? That's 20. Let's make it one more. So 21. 21 by 8, 21 by 9. Let's make it 21 by 10. There we go. And now I'm going to just curve in the edges a little bit. Now, graves. This will allow for 20 graves, much more than we're going to need, hopefully. Find out, I guess. And I would like 4 big trees. This increases the respect of the graveyard. Going to want some flowers along these sides. Can't place them there. I can have some flowers along this side as well. Let's go for just 2 though. Like so. A little tree. The head of each one of these areas. That brings us up to 90. And then pathway. Now this is going to be much more than I need. Like I'm already almost at 100% respect. But I'm doing this now just for the sake of making it pretty. And another pathway just by there. Because, I mean, come on. Of course I'm going to make it pretty. And it's going to be rather expensive, but it will lift people's spirits a bit to know that they will be honoured in the afterlife. Then we just draw out the paths. Go. Oh, yeah. That'll look lovely. First time seeing this game. Gives up Dwarf Fortress vibes. Someone else actually said that earlier. And you're quite right. It does. Definitely does. But the way I described it, the differences between the two, is Dwarf Fortress is more The Hobbit but scaled up. And this is more the rise and fall of the Roman Empire but fantasy. The graveyard will lift their spirits out of the tomb and into magically reanimated simulacra. It'll be great. We are going to want to expand this out quite a lot, but there's going to be a lot of stone needed over here. We've got enough, and we've got all of the wood we're going to need as well. We've already built the paths, which is nice. Or, well, rather the fencing. Those comparisons mean nothing to me, but I think I understand. I'm glad that it was still useful, even if the comparisons kind of fell short a little bit. This is looking very nice. What's our percentage chance of being... the chance of us being raided is dropping. Is that because our wealth is going down, or because we're looking more intimidating? I can only assume it's because our wealth is dropping, because we do not have... Well, no, all of our Talapis warriors are now fully trained. Nice. We can get another Dondorian. We can get another Talapis. But they are all much happier for the graveyard. So with that done, we say goodbye to... Oh no, I have to wait for the 2 corpses in there to leave first before I can get rid of it. This is our first graveyard. This is an important building. I'm going to name this one. This one shall be Telival Spirit Tree. There we are. And shall live forever. Right. The homes are condensing a bit down here. It's fine. We're going to need more Talapis. I guess a couple... Oh yeah, the Globdian pasta. What's probably happening is as the animals are going up, we're slowly assigning more and more herders to tend to them. But food-wise, we're not looking too bad right now. We're not looking too bad. I want more housing down here, though. So we're going to grab this whole area. Yoink. Lift that. Now, I could have that down here and just have 2 of them side by side, or I could have it over here instead. And this would be right up against the path to the farms, which I think would be nice, especially for our Praetorian folks. So I think down here, actually. Yeah. Let's get that down. That's going to give us a load more housing down there. I may even have some Dondorians down here, but the thing is, Dondorians hate mining. They're good at it, and they hate it. Which is, frankly, a little bit too real. I'm going to be honest. It's like, damn it. But still, it is a thing we can do. But right now, they're going to focus up here, I think. Explains the grumbling of the dwarves all this time, yeah. Am I going to save the plan for the graveyard? No. Well, I might lift this. I might keep it, but I'm not going to do that right now, no. The one thing I will do is I will pop a road all the way around it. Perhaps just leading up to the entry points. There we go. Yep. I think that should be nice. On that note, we can check that out. I will accept the 6 Talapis who want to move in, but if we look over here and then look at all, I can see the loyalty and the happiness aggregate data. Religion is going up pretty much for everyone, because burial has just gone from, as far as they were concerned, nothing, to very heavily respected and taken care of. So that's generally really pleasing everyone in the colony. Though the Talapis want crypts, the Cretonians, they don't care that much about crypts. In terms of our... Wow. They uniformly worship or follow Arthurianism. Actually, considering they are created... Because one of the things you can look at with them is when they're born. Does it show that in here? what their age is when they're born. Have a look through here. Adult at day 0. All of the others, it's like, oh yeah, you become an adult at a certain amount of days. Humans, day 80. Look, okay, days, wibbly wobbly, timely wimey. But the Dondorians are adults from the second they are born. So it really leans into the whole thing. They are straight up just made by the gods. And then they just walk out of the forests, fully grown. Yeah. Gonna want more as well. Always more. Though this is gonna start hitting us in food. Now with our one grain farm down here, our production is 19.88 a day. What would this one give? I forget what this one said it would give. I guess we'll have to find out in a little bit. Has a raid happened yet? Watched what has happened so far on the tubes. Looking forward to the first combat. No, so far it hasn't happened yet. And no, I haven't set up any stone roads yet, Temphawk TV. You can clearly see that I haven't, actually. Also, you going to stone roads to cut maintenance cost. No, I will, yes. That's why I unlocked it. But I'm not going to give my limited workforce more jobs to do when one of the most important jobs that I've given them still isn't done. And it's going to take quite a lot of time for them to do. Because they have to cut down so many trees, which is kind of a pain in the backside, but there we are. Take some more tilapis. But if you bury the dead, the tilapis won't be able to eat them, which is fine because no one else but the tilapis likes doing that. If we had a purely tilapis culture, I'd probably do it just because they generally get benefit out of that. Like that's feeding into their cultural norms. However, while you've got a mixed culture, it is generally, in my opinion, better not to indulge in that particular aspect of tilapis cuisine. Because most people are just weirdly cagey about eating the dead. I don't know why. So wasteful. Right, we're going to have this road follow along the farm, and then I'm going to delete this part of the road so that I can fit another farm along here. And that's kind of what I want to do with the roads. Yeah, the deterrent method has worked so far, and it continues to be good. I think it's because I'm losing money. The risk versus reward is increasingly moving towards the risk outweighing the reward as time goes on. I think, well, no, I've only got 500. I can't really afford to do that. A shame, I know, but I'll invest a little bit more in preventing a little bit more spoilage. Now, if we have a look at this, it's down from 75% will be lost per year when stored, down to 53.57%, which is a lot better. Stone is down to 0.54%. It's immigrants. I will take that immigrant. Okay, now this should be a decent amount of housing down here for now. The big farm down here is currently set up to be grain. And I'm going to be setting something else up either fruit or vegetables along here. At some point I would like to set up an orchard, and for that I will probably irrigate. I will probably pump water up to an irrigated area to set up an orchard. But I want to, obviously, because of the very great amount of time it takes to set up an orchard or to start getting yield back from the orchard, I'm going to be waiting on that one for now. That isn't going to be my focus. Okay. If we have a look up here, I'm still currently importing cotton. I want to set up a weaver's. So a weaver will be set up somewhere around here. Don't know how much room a loom is going to take. Shrink that a little bit. Oh, damn, they have to be equal. Okay. Let's do something like that. I'm going to want storage along this side. Actually, I generally prefer the storage to be accessible more or less immediately upon entering. Auxiliary loom. This is a tricky one. Already. It's almost good. Let's expand this out just a little bit more. Well, actually, I suppose I could just bring that back. Have the auxiliary loom there. Brings us up to 100. The storage can go... It's not very much storage though, is it? It's really not very much storage. Probably don't need this, because I'm already very close. How much can I get away with? Okay, I can't get away with that. Let's see if I can do it with 94. Well, if I do this, I should be able to expand this auxiliary loom out. We're only going to have 9 people in here, which doesn't feel like a lot. How about I see if I can put down another actual loom? 91. God damn it. Actually, pop that there. Well, no. Let's expand this out just ever so slightly. 100%, and then I can have a decent sized storage then. Hooray! Perfect. Right, we want an exit point there. That'll take up to 12 people, production 30. I didn't know you could expand auxiliary items. God darn it. The amount of things you will pick up playing this game, it's wild. It really is wild. The amount of god damn it moments. We are going to have that there. Door in there. Door down here. And all this is going to need is cotton. Pop. And we're going to pop a little road. Moving through on this side. And up on this side. Oh yeah. My city would look better now that I know that. You can always start again, or you can go the longer but more satisfying, in my humble opinion, route of rebuilding your city whilst continuing to run your city. I feel there is a certain je ne sais quoi to be had there. I want to remove. get rid of all that. Okay. Another Dondorian wants to join. I am happy to welcome you in. Got plenty of bread. Decent amount of meat. A little bit of a trickle of fish. How many eggs, though? Up to 57 of 76 animals over here, though. So it's not terrible, I suppose. What is our production right now? Okay, a little bit over 3 animals a day. Right, let's slow this down. First things first, all cotton gets turned into cloth, and I want this one to... no, I don't want it to auto-employ. I want it to always have one. I shouldn't need more than that. And I want all cotton and fetch. There you go, crack on. Now, at present, that should be producing 30 bolts of fabric per day. Now, we need bolts of fabric. That is a furniture for our Praetorians. But mostly, I want it to be able to make clothing. Oh, I made that out of stone. Wood, rather. Okay, so here's a trick. You can go in here, you can choose... Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Construction, is it under here? Overwrite other jobs or structures when placed. Convert, there we are. Stone. Dunk. So they'll now convert those wooden walls into stone walls. Now, it's obviously left that as wood because they can't reach it, but I'm just going to pretend that doesn't exist. And I know you can't, and that gives me great happiness. Alright, next. We want the tailor, who is going to make clothing out of bolts of fabric. Now, the clothing, we can make survival clothing out of 3 pieces of leather, will make me 1.5 items of clothing, or 4 bolts of cloth will make me 2.1 pieces of clothing. Let's make sure that we're making this out of stone. Workbench. That'll give me 11 workers. That already gives me 100%, so I don't need that. I'm not going to make it huge right now. Maybe I should make it a bit bigger than that, though. How much can this produce? It only produces 8 pieces of clothing a day. How much do I use? Is there a way to see that? Is there a way to see how much clothing you would consume in a day? Equipped 49. Maybe under the populations, if I go to all and then access. Right. Wear out rate per year. Clothes protect the wearer from the elements and elevate their self-esteem. They have a limited lifespan, with one set lasting around 10 days. Kind of history, fulfillment. 178 out of 4. Wear out rate per item and year. Well, it doesn't really tell me.